Do you want early access? Do you want uncut reactions? If so, then check out our Patreon. Link in the description down below. War is hell. At least that's what everyone who's ever been in conflict has told me. They say they prepare you for everything, but they can't. They can't prepare you for every little thing that can happen and every bad thing that can that can literally fuck you up for life.
Like, you can only imagine certain things before it actually happens.
Well, yeah.
It's not like you go to boot camp and they can like simulate your friend next to you getting his legs blown off and you having to shoot a dude in the head and then watching a small child walk out from a building next to it crying, "Daddy!" Yeah.
Or or even worse, that child,
dark fucking shit.
Or even worse, their daddy gets shot, goes down, the child runs out, and then the child picks up the gun.
Yep.
And you see, Chris Kyle...
Do I kill this child or do I let myself get shot?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Chris Kyle, he had that conflict multiple times because he was on Overwatch duty as a sniper, and if he didn't do his job, people died. And there was one instance in particular. This mother and her child ran out into the streets. The mother handed the child a bag. He didn't know what was in the bag or anything like that. Kid couldn't have been 10, 11 years old. Just a kid. And the kid literally like opens the bag, and there was a stick grenade inside. And he pulls the pin, gets ready to throw it. As soon as he gets ready to throw it, Chris shoots him. As much as you play by the rules and, you don't violate the Geneva Convention or violate international conflict laws, the enemy usually doesn't give a shit. These people are put in these terrible situations by no fault of their own. It's just like what's happening here with this conflict. This grandfather and grandchild are here by no fault of their own. They just exist. They exist, and they're under a tyrannical government and a tyrannical like overhead that honestly could give two shits about them, much like the humans. And that's the thing. That's the one thing that people always overlook, that they're told to hate these people by the ones who are in power instead of getting to know them and getting to understand them, and thus finding common ground and saying, hey, we can work together to make this place better. We just have to be willing to put things to the side. And that's what I'm hoping this will eventually lead to. However, I don't know how far Norman is gone, because that's the one thing. I'm not sure how far Norman's gone. But
well, it kind of made like a hint that like he might be realizing this is not the way at the end of the last episode.
Yeah. Well, let's hope. Got this queued up here. Let's give this a watch. Here we go. Shit. Damn it. We have a traitor in our midst, and his name is Vincent. Mm-hmm. God. Can't leave well enough alone, man. I mean, honestly, they're finally given information that can help them in a lot of ways, and now he's just like I'm gonna betray everyone now. It's like, seriously, bro? This is like, you're gonna do this?
Yeah, that's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, Vincent, what's your problem, man? Don't do this. Don't be stupid. God. So, yeah, that's a lot of, I'm not going to say a lot of, okay, a few Deus Ex Machinae were present in this. That cap of the pin that basically gave them all the information they needed on the, the door to the human realm.
It's basically everything.
Yeah, basically it's just
a little too convenient, honestly.
That to me, the level of convenience is just a little bit high on that. It's
like, if the season ends here, I'll just probably be like that. That wasn't very good. Like,
Yeah.
They literally, like, just gave them, like, a give me for, like, everything, pretty much, to finish the series that quickly. Like, I hope it continues further than that, but...
I hope so, too, but...
We have how many episodes left now? 3?
3, yes.
I feel like if they're headed back to Gracefield, it really does feel like they're trying to wrap this up, because the headquarters are at Gracefield, right?
Yeah.
And they now have, like, the gate to the human world. Like, something I'm wondering, by the way, is, like, they've assumed this whole time that the human world was just, like, like across the ocean or another continent or something like that. They're calling it a gate, and it's in Gracefield. I bet it's a portal to, like, another dimension. I bet the human world is literally another world.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to see how many episodes there will be in this one.
That would actually make the whole, like, timeline they were talking about make sense. It's like, no, it's been like this here for thousands of years or whatever, you know? And they're like, but we're on Earth? You know, like, yeah, we're on Earth, but they're on an alternate dimension of Earth. That would make it make more sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's that article you were reading. It continues to make bad choices. Mm-hmm. Well, this, I would say, is probably one of the... I'm not going to say the weakest, but it has some of the weaker moments in this series or in this season so far, because the whole thing with
I guess where it's starting to get towards the end of the season, like, I really am starting to notice things that I'm just like, it kind of does feel like they're just trying to rush really hard.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they keep going at this pace and hit the conclusion, then I will think a lot less of the season than I originally thought that I would.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Because if they could manage to expand the world and continue it past the season in its own way, I think that would be a lot better. But if they really are just like speed running to the end of the story right now, then I'm not really as excited. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I understand that 100%. That's perfectly logical.
Even as someone who hasn't read it, I'm just kind of like, I can feel it start to be rushed at this point. Like,
yeah, a bit rushed. Not gonna lie about that. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
And like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not what's gonna happen. But it just that's so convenient that they just got that fucking information and it's like everything they need. Like, pretty much. It's like, how is that going to fail and like you still be able to continue like the survival story after that fails? Like, what hope is there left after that? You know, basically. Like,
I don't know.
So,
I really don't.
Yeah.
There's so much to just. I don't know, man.
I mean, like, I'm totally willing to go either way. I'm either willing to give it a chance to see what happens and just be like, hey, it was still pretty good, or like. Be like, no, actually, I guess the manga people were pretty right on this.
I'm not, you know. But I'm not in that camp yet.
Yeah, I'm not fully over there yet. Like, but I'm willing to see how it goes. And
well,
I could go either way.
Well, I could see like the rush of the information right here being off-putting. Like, to me, I would have thought, hey, how about we, instead of giving you literally everything, instead it's an old 15-year-old layout of how to get into Gracefield and all that, and then whenever they go into Gracefield, they find more information on the cure that can help Norman and them. It's, to me, the story progression could have been done a lot better, but again, the quick wrap up.
I think the best scenario pretty much is for them to find out, all right, the cure works, and now we've cured Norman and friends.
Yes.
And then going into Gracefield and the HQ and everything, we find out that but the layouts and everything are outdated, and all we can really do right now is get Phil and everyone else out.
Yeah.
And then we set up for a season 3 where they have to come up with another plan to like continue after that.
Yeah, there's things that can be done. I'm hoping they continue to make. I'm hoping that they continue to make this and make a season 3 and flesh it out even more. But if they're rushing to an end resolution right here, I don't know. I feel like they'll be missing out. Yeah, I feel like they'll be missing out on a lot of great potential storytelling.
If that does happen, then I hope what happens eventually is they go ahead and give this the actual Full Metal Alchemist treatment and
we get
they eventually reboot the show and actually follow the manga.
We actually get like a proper second season. And,
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they don't.
Well, not proper, but more like to the letter of the manga.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they could almost just like redo a second season, but they studios and shit hardly ever do shit like that. Like, I mean, just like a brotherhood, like essentially, like.
Well, but the problem is, the first half of it sticks so close to the manga.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
The first season is literally like exactly to the T of the manga.
You could still like stand to like redo the first season and just do it in their own spin. Like,
maybe
in terms of like angles shot and like emotion shown and stuff like that, and just like see what they could do with it, and then from there stick to the manga and see how it goes. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot to go over. So anyway, this was not my favorite episode, but it's still a pretty good episode. Hopefully you all enjoyed. This was Promised Neverland Season 2, Episode 9, and hopefully we will see you all in the next one. So until then, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
We'll see you then, everyone. Peace out.